Hey, my name's Dan and I'm a piano beginner. I've been learning for about 4 months. The reason I'm learning is because I want to play one of my favorite pieces, which is Prelude in C# minor by Rachmaninoff. I'm doing this channel so hopefully I can inspire you if you're thinking about learning, and it can give you some idea of what you can achieve. This is Chopin Op.28 No.4. And what I found so tricky with this piece is that you have to be very sensitive with the left hand, and the right hand you really need to bring the melody out. While all this was happening, in the background, I learned a piece called Reprise, which is sort of the main theme from the video game series Silent Hill. What I found so tricky about this piece for me is that it had sort of large leaps on the piano. How do I go from this G all the way to this G without stuffing up or making a mistake? Day 70, I did a performance of the Chopin, and what I also found really difficult about this piece is there's this little bit, sort of the climax of the piece, halfway through, where you have to do some sort of twinkly little stuff with your right hand, and then sort of jump up and then jump down with your left hand, and then jump back up again with your left hand. On day 90, I thought the Sick Doll by Tchaikovsky was good enough to perform. I'm so glad that my teacher told me not to use the pedal, because it really taught me how to hold the notes for their full duration. Now we're up to day about 110, which is about 3.5 months in, and I wanted to play a piece called Nimrod by the British composer Elgar. Now, what I find really difficult about this piece, even though it's quite slow, it's really slow, there's times when there's 4 notes happening in your right hand and 3 notes on the left hand, and your hands can sort of be jumping around and they're doing all weird angles, and I just find this a really sort of big step up in terms of difficulty. And the melody is in the right hand, so you play 3 notes of the chord in the right hand, plus you play the melody on top of that. So you sort of have to press your little finger a little bit harder than the other ones, and honestly, I'm still getting used to that. I'm only just sort of starting doing that now. So you're gonna hear in this piece, this performance of it, that it's just me chunking out chords. I hope you like this vid and it gives you an idea of what you can achieve in about 4 months. And look, even if you're finding it hard to practice, which honestly sometimes I do, even if you just do 10 minutes a day, that's going to be enough. The worst thing to do is to do nothing for 4 days and then do an hour. Just a little bit every day. And then what you will find, and I find this too, is that when you go back to it the next day, you're like, oh, this is actually a little bit easier to play. Now I actually know where my freaking fingers are going, you know, now I know what I'm doing. So keep at it, and I look forward to seeing you in the next vid. Bye.